What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are going to be playing some more Road to Regionals today, and I had made a few updates. I reset my ranking, so I'm back to 1500, so hopefully we can get higher ranked players instead of climbing backwards into the 1400s and playing people in the 1300s and 1400s. I don't want to play those types of games. I want to kind of play the teams that I'm going to be seeing at tournaments. Viable teams, at least. So we're going to be still using the same team as before, my Heart 4 Regionals team. It's a lot of changes that I can make to this team, but I really don't want to because I'm probably not going to be using this team all too much after this week. I'm going to be building another team for the Mid-Season Showdown next weekend, but I'm not going to be using that team probably until after the Mid-Season Showdown, just so that no one scouts my team. Not that many people watch this channel. One more other thing that I did, I purchased a router from Amazon. And it came in today, which is Sunday. It's crazy. It came in like literally within 24 hours. It's absolutely insane as to how fast Amazon ships stuff. And I set it up into a new position. My old router apparently wasn't giving me good Wi-Fi signal. I talked too soon. 1394. My Switch was having difficulties connecting to the Wi-Fi as well when I was playing Splatoon 2, and I was getting DCs, and literally half of my losses were from DCs, and that just destroys my ranking. So, I'm not facing opponents that I should be facing. Anyway, we're gonna get into this. I really like his team. I really do. Like it looks like a really competitive team. He has the Incineroar, which just like pops out to me. The Porygon 2, the Tapu Koko, the Gastrodon, Metagross, and the Garchomp. So the Metagross is definitely going to come here. It's going to put in a lot of work against my team, and it might even come in the front considering the fact that Lele and the Manabuzz are typical leads. I mean, I could honestly switch in the Celesteela on a Meteor Mesh, but the Tapu Koko is another potential lead for him, or maybe even the Porygon 2 to set up the Trick Room on my Tailwind. I think he's going to lead like the likes of Metagross and the Tapu Koko. So I honestly think Garchomp is a great lead for that. I can Tectonic Rage pretty much anything that I want. And Arcanine is really another good lead for that. What else can Arcanine kind of take? Well, if he leads the Incineroar, that's probably another good thing because I'll be able to get Intimidate down on that. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to bring the Tapu Lele in the back, and then I'm going to bring the Celesteela. I don't really think I need Tailwind in this matchup. The only thing I need to really outspeed is the Tapu Koko, and I can kind of play around that and possibly get a Bulldoze off with my Arcanine. Usually when I don't bring my Manabuzz, I bring my Arcanine for a form of speed control, alternate of that then the Tailwind, and it worked out for me wonderfully when I brought it to Heart for Regionals, and it did help out big time against the Tapu Kokos. I would usually protect my this is a weird lead. Like a really weird lead. I should have led my Manabuzz anyway, so I can get a taunt down on a Porygon, because as we've seen in the previous episode, that I'm not too fond of Attack Rise. I'm not too fond of Trick Room on this team, apparently. He could also go for the Ice Beam, but he got an Attack Rise, so I don't really have to worry about him taking me out. I mean, who am I trying to take out here? Because Gashgon really can't do anything to anything in the back. I think he's just going to Ice Beam and Scold. Tectonic Rage. Porygon is a problem right now. I really don't want a Sword Stance in case he doubles up into my. No, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna, because the Scold's not gonna take me out. Let's see how much damage this can do to the Porygon. I don't believe, if this is a defensive variant, I'm going to be able to take out the Porygon. So this might be in vain, especially if he goes for a Trick Room. But I could potentially stall out the Trick Room. I just want to get some. I want to, like, I don't know any calculations with the team. I really don't. I know important ones, like ones that I can survive, but I don't know ones that I can actually dish out. It's something that you probably want to prepare for. That does a lot more damage than I thought, but I don't think this Flare Bliss is going to take out the Porygon, because I don't have a very attack-oriented Arcanine. Okay, it does. Maybe that's like a specially oriented Porygon, but that's definitely good. He's going to go for a Muddy Water, and he's going to connect, so see if he gets some accuracy drops. He's going to do considerable amount of damage to my Arcanine. Actually, not a lot. Not as much as I thought it would do. Tapu Koko is going to come in. So this is where I'm going to bulldoze. Because I honestly think he's going to... like, 1394, I think he's going to Dazzling Gleam to get some chip damage down on my Arcanine and go for another Muddy Water. And the Muddy Water's not going to be able to take out my Arcanine and proc the Berry. So I'm going to protect, and I'm going to go for a bulldoze. It'll reduce the Tapu Koko speed, and then I'll be able to Earthquake the following turn. Because the Muddy Water won't be able to take me out. I mean, I could have potentially brought in my Lele. It would have reduced the attacking power of Thunderbolt in case he goes into the Arcanine. That would then proc my Berry, but even in Electric Terrain, if he's not Life Orbed, I don't think a Thunderbolt's going to be able to take out my Arcanine. But in his position, I feel like he would go for Dazzling Gleam. Yeah. Alright, so it's not going to do too much to my Arcanine. And I think a Muddy Water would take me out, but that's perfectly fine, because then I could just bring in my Celesteal and I can go for an Earthquake on the following turn. This could do a pretty good amount of damage to the Tapu Koko. It's going to reduce both their speeds. Tapu Koko is definitely going to protect the next turn. Muddy Water. This might actually be able to take me out, because I think it did around about like 90-some damage when he used it before. It did not. So that's the merit of using an incredibly, especially defensive Arcanine with the careful nature right there. Okay, so what I do right now is I Earthquake, and I'm going to bring in my Celesteela, because then I can get a Leech Seed down onto the Gastrodon. Tapu Koko is likely going to protect. I don't think he has anything to switch in onto an Earthquake without taking considerable damage. Yep, he's going to protect. Muddy Water's not going to be able to take me out unless he has Ice Beam. Unless he has Ice Beam. I'll still be able to get off a good amount of damage onto this Gastrodon. That's a very good amount of damage. Whew. And he's going to go for another Muddy Water. Okay. Just keeps going for Muddy Waters. Hopefully he does not get an accuracy drop on my Garchomp right here. Now... wow, double accuracy drop, okay. And he hasn't missed one Muddy Water, which is 85% accurate, which is kind of surprising. Now, a win con he has right now is that I miss my Earthquake onto the Tapu Koko. It wasn't Life Orb Koko, or was it? I gotta pay attention to these things, I really do. But, I'm actually just gonna... Should I protect right here? I think he's gonna be inclined to... No, he's gonna probably go for another Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, I'm actually gonna protect. I feel like he's gonna Thunderbolt into my Celesteela, or at least be tempted to Thunderbolt into my Celesteela to get super effective damage onto it. Alright, let's see if the Tapu Koko avoids. Neither of them avoid. Great. So I could have went for a Heavy Slam into the Gastrodon. But I really didn't want to risk missing the Earthquake onto the Tapu Koko, and then him getting off a special defense, okay. And then he has Ice Beam, and don't know why he wasn't going for it earlier on. Why wouldn't you protect the Tapu Koko and then not... Like, why wouldn't you protect the Tapu Koko and then go for the Ice Beam? That really doesn't make any sense. Because then you'd be able to take out the Garchomp, and it really doesn't threaten you. Alright, so who could he have in the back? He has the Incineroar. What else could he have? I think he had the Kartana, so on the off chance that he has the Kartana, I think he had a Kartana. I'm going to bring in Incineroar. Okay, so I'm going to be able to get Intimidate on the Incineroar, which is good because I have a Celesteal on the field. So it's definitely not over yet. My Arcanine should definitely be faster than the Incineroar. Now, Incineroar has Fake Out, right? Because what I could do is I can go for a Protect, but I can also switch into my Lele and go for a Bulldoze. I really feel like I want to do that. Alright, yeah, so let me go for a Bulldoze right here. Oh, my Lele is the win con in the back because my Celesteal is going to take so much damage from this. But I really don't want him to get a Fake Out into the Arcanine because then he could just go for another Muddy Water. At least with this play right here, if I switch in, it protects me from the Fake Out into the Arcanine. I get Bulldoze off, I knock out the Gastrodon, and then I get a good amount of chip onto the Incineroar. And Lele should be faster with Incineroar because both of our speeds will be reduced anyway. So Incineroar's going to go for a Fake Out. Arcanine's protected because of the Psychic Terrain. I'm going to go for a Bulldoze. Gastrodon's going to go down. Does a lot of damage to the Incineroar, actually. Incineroar actually has pretty good amount of speed. And I can only imagine that the Gastrodon was going for a Muddy Water right there. So it looks like we're going to pull out a win right here. And all I have to really do is click Flare Blitz into the Incineroar. Can't really do too much to the Arcanine. I don't even think of the Darkest Lariat would be able to knock me out. I'm going to go for a Moonblast into the Incineroar as well. Let's see how much this Flare Blitz does. And please excuse me, I'm very tired right now. I literally worked 9 hours straight and then just came home, set up my router, and then... Okay, so he is faster than my Lele. Huh. He's got to have a considerable amount of speed investment then. He might even be like 252 in attack and speed. Not sure if I can even show this on my channel, but I don't make any money off my videos, so I'm going to keep it on it. And it looks pretty damn cool. And it doesn't even knock out my Lele because I am bulky. Alright. So, let's see how much this does, and this should knock out, and it does. So, that Z move, I'm not sure if it's dark or if it's a fire Z move. I think it's a dark Z move because Primarina's signature Z move is water. I think that one's dark, and then Decidueye is ghost. Decidueye definitely... No, I think Primarina's is the best one, but Decidueye is pretty cool too, and I just wish Decidueye was so much more viable than it is. Its hidden ability kind of sucks. Incineroar is going to be pretty good once it gets its hidden ability because it can fake out. And the Intimidate's going to be really good for supporting. And considering the fact that Ferrothorns are probably going to be pretty popular in VGC 2018, having an Incineroar on your team should be pretty useful. So, 1642 player from Brazil is going to have a team of Cortana, Snorlax, Oranguru. Okay, here we go. Trick Room team, Gastrodon, the Torkoal, and the, oh my goodness, I can't remember, Lucario. Lucario is definitely going to be Scarfed, and it's going to have max HP, max speed, and it's going to go for a Final Gambit. Thing is, like, who do I put in here? I mean, I could definitely lead with the Arcanine, protect with something, and go for the Flare Blitz into the Lucario. Could also go. He also could lead the Oranguru. I'm wondering how fast Lucario is with the Choice Scarf. It's really something that I would like to know. And I don't even know how much HP that Lucario has. I really don't want to lead with this because I feel like he's going to lead with something that's going to be able to counter this. Huh. I really don't like Celesteela in this matchup. Specifically because of the... because of the thing. I can't think right now. This is a matchup. I really want to bring Snorlax, but I'm not going to have enough time to think right now. If I was playing a best of 3 against this person, Ludicolo 7, I probably would like to bring Snorlax in majority of the games. I'm kind of leading based off of the fact that he's going to lead Oranguru and something else. But the thing is, Oranguru could have Mental Herb. It doesn't get Oblivious. I could taunt it. Let's see what he leads. Or you could just keep the Oranguru in the back to have the Trick Room option later in the game. But no, he's just going to lead Lucario and the Oranguru. Mandibuzz can't be taken out by the Lucario because I have way too much HP. What's he going to do? He's going to go to Final Gambit into the Lele or the Mandibuzz. You possibly have in the back. Well, regardless, I'm going for a taunt in the Oranguru. Who does he Final Gambit? Does he Final Gambit Lele? You know, I think I'm going to play it safe right here. I can't really risk it. I'm a low ranking, so he might just go for the Final Gambit into the Lele. No, he's gonna... Oh, follow me. GG. GG. I'm gonna go for a taunt. So he's not gonna be... Well, the Tailwind really wouldn't have made any sense right there. So I should be faster with my Lele and my Mandibuzz right now. Huh. So the Oranguru isn't doing anything to either of my Pokemon. Lucario could be inclined to go for a Steel-type attack. If it has Bullet Punch, it's not going to be able to get it off. Does he switch in... The thing is, I don't want him to switch in the Torkoal on that Oranguru slot, because, again, the Oranguru isn't doing much, and it's not likely that I'm going to go for a Psychic into that slot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a Snarl right here, and then I'm going to go for a Psychic into the Lucario. In case the Lucario wants to stay in, very good. The Oranguru is going to go for a Protect. The Snarl will be able to, should be able to take out the Lucario. Yep. If it was Focus Ashed, but we're not going to be able to tell right here. So Lucario is going to go down. So pretty much what I'm doing right here is I'm giving him a free switch in. But the Lucario would have been able to get a final Gambit off. So that's a pretty good technique right there. You follow me, you go for the Trick Room. You follow me, you go for the Trick Room, and then you protect with the Oranguru, and then you have to pretty much take out the... You're forcing your opponent to take out the Lucario the following turn because it has the potential to go for the final Gambit, and that's definitely what he was going for right there. Because if I didn't KO the Lucario, he would have been able to take out my Lele, no problem. Because Torkoal is going to come in, so... Torkoal is definitely a problem, and I was specifically, like, preparing for Torkoal with this team as the reason why I wanted to bring the Mandibuzz over the Drifblim because of the Overcoat ability, and I can't be Sleep Powdered, and I can take Eruptions, but I don't know whether or not I could take 2 Eruptions, because his play right here is to go for a Eruption and a Instruct. Let's see how many Trick Room turns he has left. He should only have 3 after this. And I say only 3. The game could be over after only 3. Who do I have in the back? I don't believe I have the Celesteal. I do have the Arcanine. I think it's actually a... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Snarl right here. The Eruptions are going to do a lot, though. I'm going to Protect with the Lele. Because I don't want to... Even if I switch into my Arcanine or my Garchomp, they both resist the Eruptions. It's full powered, and he's going to Instruct. Let's see how much this does to my Mandibuzz. I think it does close to half. Okay, we should be able to hang on, and I can go for a Snarl, and then I can switch into my Arcanine. Alright, come on, hang on. Hang in there, Mandibuzz. Hang in there, Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is just so fat. So I'm going to get a Snarl off. Do a little bit of Chip to the Torkoal, but I really wanted to get the special attack drop right there. The Eruption's still going to take out my Lele, though. I really wish I knew that calculation at -1, what the Eruption does to the Lele, because if it brings me down to my Berry, or... It has to bring me down to my Berry in order for my Lele to survive, and I don't think it will. I think it will just be right above Berry range. Because my play right here is, if he brings me down to Berry range, I can Psychic the Torkoal, and I'll be able to take it out. Alright, who could he have in the back again? I think I'm just going to end up playing the safe. I could go into the Garchomp. You know what? I'm going to go for another Snarl right here, and then I'm going to go for the Psychic into the Torkoal. Because I think he's going to bring me down to Berry range. It'll bring me back up, and then he won't be able to knock my Lele out. Or he can just get a crit on the Tapu Lele. Oh my goodness. These, that's a calculation I'm going to do after this match, and I'm going to put it down in the comment section below. I really feel confident enough that my Lele would be brought down to the Berry range, and I'd be able to be brought back up, and then I would survive the second Eruption. That's pretty frustrating. That's, like, incredibly frustrating, because that is now the 3rd crit, 3 games in the past 2 days that will likely determine the outcome of the battle. Which is really frustrating because this is a team that I think I would have no problem, you know, pushing to a game 3, potentially winning in a best of 3. Could have switched my Arcanine right there, but that crit. We'll never be able to find out the calculation unless I do it after this match, huh? Alright, so it's going to be final turn of Trick Room. It's going to be final turn of Trick Room. Who could he have in the back? He could have the Kartana. He could switch it into Kartana right here. He could pretty much switch in anything. He's not going to... I don't think he's going to stay in with the Torkoal. Don't think he's going to stay in with the Torkoal. What do you think the call is, guys? What do you think the call is? I'm going to go for a Bulldoze, and I'm going to protect my Garchomp right here. I think he switches out the Torkoal, but if he switches in the Kartana... Nope, he's going to stay in. I was going to say, if he switches into Kartana, then I'm going to get a Bulldoze off, and I'll be able to outspeed with my Garchomp. So, Instruct... He could go for a Psychic, too, but I don't think the Eruption will be doing too much to my Arcanine, and the Psychic shouldn't be able to take out the Arcanine either. But no, he's just going to go for another Instruct. So this will probably take me down to about half health with my Arcanine. I'll be able to go for a Bulldoze, and in the following turn, this should be enough chip onto the Torkoal, so that I'll be able to KO it through Protect with a Tectonic Rage. Hopefully this does... I don't know. I think I have to go for the KO into the Orangruo with the Tectonic Rage. Torkoal is at -1, so if it goes for any type of attacks into my Garchomp's not going to be doing too much. The Oranguro could very well go for a Protect, but I'm still going to be doing a lot of damage through the Protect, and the Torkoal can't really do too much on the field. So, what do I do right here? I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz on that, just to get some initial chip. And then I'm going to go for a Tectonic Rage into the Oranguro. This should knock out the Oranguro. You know, I'm going to go for the safe play of going for a Flare Blitz into the Oranguro on the off chance that this Tectonic Rage does not KO it, in which it should. Oranguro could very well Protect, in which it does. That's fine. That was really obvious. That was really obvious. I could have went into the Torkoal, because I have to prevent Trick Room from getting up, obviously. But that's a call I had to make. This is still going to do a pretty good amount of damage through the Protect. Possibly bring it down to almost red to just above it. And then a Flare Blitz will be able to take it out the next turn. Wow, that does nothing. Okay, so I could have went for a Flare Blitz into the Torkoal just for some chip. See, knowing these calculations is really, really, really useful, because if I was confident enough that my Tectonic Rage would be able to take out the Oranguru regardless, I would have just went for the Tectonic Rage into the Oranguru and then the Flare Blitz into the Torkoal, and I would have been able to get some good amount of chip onto the Torkoal. So right now, pretty much what I do is I'm confident enough that my Flare Blitz will be able to take out the Oranguru, and what do I do right here? Could he have in the back? Because I could Swords Dance right here, but I think that's completely unnecessary. Could also go for an Earthquake. I can't really risk that. I gotta go for the KO into the Oranguru. Yep. So the Eruptions really weren't doing too much. And the Flare Blitz will definitely be able to take out the Oranguru. And the Eruptions, as we've seen, weren't really doing too much. So the Snarl really coming in effect right there. That critical hit didn't matter. The sun's up. Okay. Another Eruption's gonna go off. Hopefully no crits. No crits, please, no crits. That did a lot of damage to the Garchomp. Sunlight's gonna fade, which is even better now, because the foul play, I mean, not the foul play, I'm sorry. The Eruptions are going to be doing even less damage. Snorlax is in the back. It's another reason why I wanted to go for a Sword Stance. Let's go for a Will-O-Wisp right here. I really want to go for an Earthquake, but I can't. Let's get some, this Torkoal could very well be Spec. See, it hasn't Protected, has it? I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp into the Snorlax, and then hopefully he has Return, and I'm going to go for the Poison Jab to get some more chip onto the Torkoal, so he's not doing as much damage with the Eruption and potentially get a Poison. So that's nice. And I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. It connects with the Snorlax, so good, good, good. Hopefully he doesn't... hopefully he doesn't have Facade. Pulverizing Pancake? What? Hopefully this doesn't KO. Who would it be going into? Obviously the Garchomp, right? Huh. Okay, so... oh man, this might even KO the Garchomp though. It's got enough chip on it. Holy crap. Yeah, I've only seen this on one team. I think this was like on Snow's team from the World Championship. That still KOs through the burn. Wow. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, so it's going to struggle. It's going to take some recoil. The Poison will be able to take it out the next turn. Yep. So, Snorlax doesn't have a berry. It probably has a bunch of attacking moves, including Protect. I don't think it's going to have a boosting move, because it doesn't have a healing item. So I'm going to go for a Protect right here. The Pulverizing Pancake was probably based off of Return, which is going to be close. It's going to be close on the Arcanine. Because Flare Blitz is going to be able to take me out. No, Giga Impact, okay. Has no more moves. It's going to struggle. It's going to be close, but I still think it's in his favor. Again, that critical hit really coming into effect right here. Every single time I get crit, it comes down to the wire. It really does. That's one of the most frustrating things. Okay, so if I go for a Flare Blitz right here, the Giga Impact does have a chance to take me out. I still think it's going to take me out. I really still think it's the Giga Impact's going to take me out. Because what I could do is go for the Bulldoze. I don't get any chip on me. He doesn't knock me out with the Giga Impact. Then he has to recharge the following turn. More burn damage is going to occur, and then I can Flare Blitz him. It's going to be close, but that's what I'm going to have to go for because I'm going to knock myself out. I'm going to lose if I Flare Blitz right here. That actually does a lot of damage. It gets a critical hit. So, let's see what the Giga Impact's going to do. I still think it's going to knock me out. Damn. Well, good game. Very good game. Again, the critical hit playing a huge role in this loss. I really think I could have been able to pull that out because that one turn that my Tapu Lele did get crit, what I was banking on and what I can almost guarantee would have happened was the Torkoal would have been able to bring me down to my berry. I would have procced my berry. He would have instructed. He would have erupted again. It would have knocked me out. And then I Slay Kick into the Torkoal. The Torkoal is taken out. Then he's forced to bring in his Snorlax. He has an Oranguru that has a Snarl on it. A Snorlax that basically is forced to attack. I still have 3 Pokemon at that point. I could withdraw my Arcanine, bring it back in for the Intimidate, and then Will-O-Wisp it the following turn as well. I mean, he still had a good chance to win, regardless if he didn't get a crit. But that crit really does change the game, like immensely changes the game. Let's get some Ultra Beast up in here. We're gonna play one more match. Leonardo from Portugal with a 1500 ranking, so probably just starting out playing in the season. Pretty cool team. He's gonna have a Salazzle, which does work against majority of the Tapus, and it gets access to Fake Out, so it might be brought in the front, regardless the fact that even if I bring my Tapu Lele, he can't Fake Out, but he can still outspeed and go for a Sludge Bomb. He could also lead the Braviary too. Match my Tailwind. Have the Salazzle in the front. I think he's going to lead the Braviary and the Salazzle. He also has Pledge. He has Pledge on his team, which is pretty cool. How do I want to deal with Pledge? Honestly, I think my best way to deal with Pledge is to bring Snorlax in the front. Also, if he brings Salazzle, Braviary, I can just belly drum in front of him, hopefully. He's definitely going to bring his Buzzwole, so I'm going to bring the Arcanine in the back, but I'm not going to bring it in the front. What else can deal good damage to this Pledge? Because I think he's going to lead Pledge. Really, really think he's going to lead Pledge. I'm going to lead Celesteela. You know, I'm going to bring the Arcanine. Why you bring my Garchomp? I really don't like my Garchomp, so I'm going to bring my Lay right here. The reason why I don't bring my Garchomp is because I really can't one-shot. Majority of his team I can't one-shot. I can't hit the Braviary. I really can't hit the Decidueye. I only hit it with neutral with Poison Jab. It takes non-effective damage from the Tectonic Rage. The Primarina is bulky enough to be able to take any attack from the Garchomp, probably even my Poison Jab, and then retaliate with a Moonblast. So he's going to lead Pledges. Question is, who does he pledge into? It's probably going to be the Snorlax, considering the fact that many Snorlaxes don't carry Protect. So what I could do right here is I can Protect Snorlax right here, and then I could. What do you think does more damage? I think the Heavy Slam would do more damage to the Decidueye. So that's what I'm going to go for right here. All right, let's see the pledge into the Snorlax. Grass Pledge. Water Pledge into the Snorlax. Yep, into the Snorlax. And then let's go for the Heavy Slam to the Decidueye. It's not going to take it out. It's probably going to do about half damage. Yeah, it does more than I thought it would do. So that's a good turn for us. Question is, what do I do now? I could switch in the Arcanine on that side. He could call that, go for the Water Pledge into that, and then he's locked in with Grass Pledge with his Decidueye, though. And the Decidueye is, majority of the time, it's going to be choiced. Nothing on his side really wants to take this Heavy Slam other than his Salazzle, and the Salazzle isn't that physically defensive. So let's see it. So he does call it. So he's probably going to go for the Water Pledge into the Snorlax. If he does that, GG. Very good call. All right, let's see what goes down right here. At least I get my Snorlax out, and then I get Intimidate down on a Buzzwole, which is pretty nice. But the perimeter is still in the field, which is a huge problem for my Snorlax. Let's go for the Water Pledge into my Arcanine. I don't think it'll take it out. It is Specs. Ah, the Moonblast, so it's not Specs. Okay. And he goes into the Arcanine. Great. So I'm going to Protect right here. I want to see how much this does to the Primarina. I'm kind of making my decisions fast right here, but I feel like the Buzzwole's either going to withdraw or Protect. So he's going to bring in Crocodile. Okay. He might Water Pledge into the Arcanine. My Arcanine is a huge threat to his Buzzwole. I really want to get rid of this Primarina. If I get rid of the Primarina, my Arcanine's looking really, really nice in this battle. It does a pretty good amount of damage. Water Pledge into the Arcanine, okay. So what is his next move? Probably Tectonic Rage, right? Yeah. I don't have anything to switch in on that other than the Snorlax. Snorlax is going to take a lot of damage. Alright, so what do I start doing here? I think I'm going to Leech Seed the Primarina. Arcanine's going to come out. He's probably going to Tectonic Rage that slot I previously had protected. Should have just went for the Flare Blitz, but he could have KO'd me. So, Tectonic Rage is going to come out. Let's see what goes down right here. I'm going to get the Leech Seeds off into the Primarina. Primarina is probably going to be inclined to go for a Water Pledge into my Celesteela. I'm interested to see what item this has on it, though, because I didn't see Life Orb recoil from the Moonblast, and it's obviously not choiced. Maybe Expert Belt? Belly's going to proc. I mean, the Belly's going to proc. The Berry's going to proc. Leech Seed down onto Primarina. Primarina is pretty slow because my Celesteela is really slow. Water Pledge probably into the... Okay, into the Snorlax. So, I double up into the Snorlax is not going to take me out. He might also not want to do that as well because I revealed Protect. So, I'm going to go for a Recycle. I'm going to get my Berry back, and then I'm going to go for... I A Heavy Slam, Leech Seed, still won't take out the Primarina. The Crocodile still is threatening my Arcanine. I do have the Lele. So I'm actually going to go into the Primarina right here. It's going to take out the Primarina. What is it going to go into? It's going to go into the Buzzwole. This is going to do too much to the Buzzwole. At least I get a Recycle off in return. Interested to see what the Crocodile goes for into the... Okay, he's going to go for a Taunt. I went for Heavy Slam into the Buzzwole. It's not going to be doing too much damage, and it is Intimidated, yeah. Alright, but at least I get a Recycle off. So, obvious move right here is for him to double up into the Celesteela, because now I can't Protect, and and I did reveal the Protect onto the Snorlax. I'm going to bring in my Lele on that slot, because he's probably going to Superpower into the Snorlax, just to cover all options, because Celesteela really isn't doing too much to his Buzzwole. He doesn't really have to worry about that. I don't really want to bring in anything onto the slot, though. What could he go... What could he go with into the... He's not going to go... You know what? I'm going to bring in the Arcanine on the slot. Because he might go for like a Crunch or something like that into the Celesteela. Let's see what he does. I get an Intimidate down onto the Buzzwole, so he's further not doing damage to my Lele. And then I'm also threatening with a Moonblast Psychic the following turn, and a Flare Blitz onto his Buzzwole. Alright, what's going down? What's going down here? I think he's gonna go for like I think he's gonna go for a double up into the Celesteela slot. So this is probably into the Celesteela. No, he's going into the Snorlax, huh? Okay. So he's really risking me protecting my Snorlax. That's like the most risky thing you could possibly do. I'm perfectly fine with that, because anything that he switches in onto that Crocodile slot is going to be taking a lot of damage from this Moonblast. Could protect the Crocodile. Buzzwole's going to switch out into the Primarina. I'm not particularly threatened from the Crocodile. Or am I? I'm going to go for a Psychic into the slot. And then I'm going to Flare Blitz into the Crocodile. I get some chip damage onto it. Earthquake's not going to be able to take me out. So he's probably going to go for the Primarina, anticipating... Or Decidueye. Well, Decidueye is going to be taken out. Probably just Death Fodder, because the obvious play right here is to... see how much damage this does. It's going to proc my berry. Or not. But the Flare Blitz will definitely proc my berry. Okay. And I get the burn. That's unfortunate. But I've been getting so much RNG unluckiness in the past couple of episodes. So that is well deserved. And I'm going to go for the Psychic into the Decidueye. Alright. So he's going to bring in the Primarina, probably. Now I don't have to worry about either of my Pokemon being taken out from the Crocodile. It's kind of neutered. I'm inclined not even to touch it with my Lele, because it's kind of useless. It's going to bring in the Buzzwole. So I'm going to Psychic right here, and then I'm going to actually take out my Arcanine, and I'm going to go into my Celesteela. In case he wants to go for another Protect. The Earthquake really isn't going to be doing too much to my Lele. I should be able to outspeed the Buzzwole with the Lele. I should be able to outspeed the Buzzwole with the Lele. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have a very slow Lele. Hopefully I outspeed the Buzzwole with the Lele. Okay, I don't know why I was worrying about that so much, because I know Buzzwole is pretty slow. And even if it's Assault Vested, it's definitely not taking a Psychic from my Lele in a Psychic terrain. Okay. Alright, things are kind of looking up right here. So he had revealed Taunt, Earthquake, Crunch, and he definitely has Protect, Tonic Rage. Alright. So he's going to proc my berry with Earthquake. I'm just going to Psychic right here. And then I'm going to go for... I'm going for it. I'm just going to... Should I double up in the pre-ramp? Because, I mean, it's obviously going to protect. As you go for the heavy slam, right? I'm just going to go for it into the crocodile. Match is forfeit. Okay. Alright, because what I thought he was going to do right there, he's just going to go for protect earthquake. It was going to proc my berry with my Lele, and then I would have gained a lot of health back. And I was just covering the options right there. If he did go for the protect with the Primarina, I was just going to go for a heavy slam into his crocodile. So, GG, we end up beating Pledges. The first time I played Pledges on Battle Spot. Very, very unfortunate game 2, but at least we went 2-1 in this episode. A definite improvement from the previous episodes. I still got crit in the game 2, which definitely decided... Well, I can't say definitely, but it definitely played a major role in the decision of that game. I feel like I would have been able to win that game without that crit. Unfortunate, but it is a part of the game. It does happen. It's just been happening way too often to me. But I'm really happy, and I feel very nice. It feels very nice to get that burn onto the crocodile, because it became so much less threatening, considering the fact that he did get the burn. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for sticking around and watching these episodes. Hopefully, I'll be able to come out with a bunch of more content in the coming weeks. I'll be going to the Mid-Season Showdown in Somerville, New Jersey. Next Saturday, I'll be building a team and probably testing it all week on Showdown, so hopefully I do well at that tournament. I really do want to cut. And yeah, everyone have a great day, and take care. Peace.